Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Peace. Welcome to another video. We got Jake back on the channel. What'd you do today?
I got third place today with Try Spright.
Nice. Can I see the spice?
Yeah, absolutely. I always encourage people to give this deck a try because it is a really fun deck, a really challenging deck. It does punish you when you misplay it, but oh boy, it does reward you when it plays well. So we got 3 blue, 3 jet. That's kind of just a standard for the sprites. 2 red,
Okay.
1 carrot, 1 pixies.
Oh, wow. Pixies. Nice.
I just do that just for the sake of having an extender, and then just as an extra search for blue, sometimes you need to get that little attack boost in. And
Nice.
It can come in handy.
Okay.
So to Tri Brigade is going to be a little package, 3 kits, 1 caress, 1 nerval.
That is really cut down.
So I would play the second nerval, but after trying it, it's always in my hands. And as you know, for Spright, a level 1 doesn't extend into 2s. So I try to keep this at 1 just to minimize seeing it in my hand.
Okay.
But I do hate when I do see it. But there are ways to get it out of hand.
Of course.
Which would be this package right here, which would be the three Nimble Beaver and the 2 Angler.
So strong.
And as much as I want to play only one of these, 2 is mandatory. It is a mandatory call for it. It's just, you can't go without it.
Agreed. That was the same ratio that I played in tier.
Yeah. So then we're going to do 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Droll.
Yes.
As our hand trap monsters.
Yes.
So this is basically just meta call. I really don't want to run this many hand traps. I'd rather have board clears, but I also don't want my opponent to OTK me, so this can kind of prove handy for that, and this helps to gatekeep branded and decks that really utilize that. So moving on to spells, so that's all the monsters.
Okay.
We're going to have our 2 starter, and then we'll have our technical third, our little Foolish Burial that gives us everything.
Yes.
Too. We opt to play 2 Prosperity just for the sake of helping to see certain cards and to see certain floodgates. It is hard to work with the extra deck since extra deck is so tight, but there is space to use for at least 3 materials for that.
Okay,
so
okay.
That is useful. 2 talents. At points I consider cutting this, keeping it in. It's just really dependent on the current format right now. But Triple Tactics is kind of just that all-purpose card. They drop Droll, you see their hand, and snap something out.
And then you still combo, probably.
or I take something, little do I ever use it to draw anything. Yeah. And then the last card is Lightning Storm. This is just kind of a last-minute change, kind of just to serve as a Harpy Feather Duster and the Dark Hole if the need arises, but honestly, I'm probably just going to go back to Dark Hole at a point. So traps, we're going to do the 1 Revolt, we're going to do the 3 Imperm, because format calls for it. I would like to play 2, but format calls for 3.
Absolutely.
And then the last is the 3 evenly
main
matched,
deck evenly.
because boards are strong and we want to break those as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
and,
you don't want to auto lose to the die roll, basically.
With Labyrinth and Trap Tricks running around, it's just you have to hit not just monsters. But again, we might go down to 2 on that, go back to a Dark Hole for that.
What's beautiful about Tri Brigade, though, is the fact that you can play all those hand traps and going second cards because your engine is just so strong and so minimal.
Exactly. And like you saw, you only need those 4 Tri Brigade monsters.
Yes!
5 Tri Brigade monsters, and that's it.
And it's a Tri Brigade deck.
That's it. So then going on to the extra decks, so we're going to have 1 Ferrogy, 1 Barabrum. We do 2 Omen in this build, just for the sake of having good follow-up. We have our 1 off of the Revolt. We have our 1 off of just any sort of late-game grind. It really does come in handy later game. This paired with Mannequin Cat. Mannequin Cat's basically the new elf for the format.
Yeah.
Since elf's gone, rest in peace. 1 Sprint. People opt to play 2. I only play 1. I just really don't see the necessity in playing 2 late game. Okay, they ash it. By the time that you're getting into late game, I just really don't see the point in it. 1 IP, 1 Pit Knight. That's kind of a specific thing for Tri Brigade Spright. It is just necessary because IP is going to be the thing that trips off the early, and there's really no consistent way to get double Dragon Lords into the extra deck zone and then follow up with early. Yeah. So if there was a way that I could get this first and then early consistently, that would be the better play. But again, it's not an option, and this isn't Elf anymore.
Exactly.
Elf made this.
Yes.
This was a little bit of a tech choice, Donner, just for the sake of having another Beast Warrior to summon off of a kit, so that way I can go into Gigantic late game. It is also monster removal, and it is also fairly generic for Link material.
Yeah, you could actually hard make this.
Oh yeah, it's a good card. I also consider this if I have to do opponent goes into battle phase, they're about to drop evenly on me. I'll use the Revolt, get out the Omen. I'm not going to use its effect, get all the search, blah blah blah, and then say that I have a starter, set that, have a carrot, so I'm ready for it. Okay, I get that. Main phase 2. My opponent goes into their plays. It's IP. Use that link off into Donner for Hire, since I'm going to be locked into 2s, and then I'm going to be tripping off not just the Pit Knight early, but I'm also going to be tripping off the Omen. So
Nice. Okay. That's actually really useful then. It serves multiple purposes.
Absolutely. And then the Link 4s for the IP is Appaloosa and Mech Knight Crusadia.
Oh, nice, dude.
This is just for the sake of a lot of decks that, target, and it just protects itself. It's protected from destruction.
How does Kashtira out that?
Yeah.
How?
They have to scare Claw Kashtira.
Yeah, they have to get their one of.
And they have to have the field spell to boost it up. Otherwise, it's done.
Yeah.
So that's it for links. I am considering on changing up the link 4s. I've been switching between Griffin and all them, but so far this is good. I see people using the Topologic Ouroboros, I think it was. It banishes everything.
Yes, Topologic Ouroboros.
Yeah, that one's up for consideration, but right now I just don't see an entry point for that. So Xyz, we got the 2 Gigantic Spright, our Substitute Elf, and then our beautiful
nice Zeus.
You have to have those to be able to clear boards, but
yes.
Honestly, lately I haven't been able to even try to get into the monster, so it might be up for game cut. Surprising to say. Side deck. This is where I'd usually put DD Crow. I just did the steals just for the
These aren't DD Crow.
It is, but the reason why I'm probably going to take these out and go back to DD Crow is for its more universal hits. This only hits light and darks.
Yeah.
I can hit things like a engage, so they go Hayate, send the engage, they try to grab it back, they send it off with the wind and then try to add it back. You DD Crow it, that's it. You DD Crow their Ray. You DD Crow, so if they do Branded Retribution, try to grab back Fusion. I did this several weeks ago.
Yeah, you're able to DD Crow it on quick effect.
The Fusion, and then you can hit spells, traps, anything with it.
Omen searches it if you don't need anything else. So, there's the utility there.
And it's fodder for the Tri-Brigades, too.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of for consideration. I didn't really get to use these today, but DD Crow was what was there, and I'm probably going to put that back. 2 Nib, just for preventing OTK mostly.
Yes.
Sometimes I have a rough hand, and I'm going against a combo-heavy deck like Dragon Link or something.
So you put these even going first against Dragon Link, for example? Or if you only go second?
If they're a combo-heavy deck, I will put this going first.
Yeah.
Just so that way
Insurance.
I can stop them.
Yeah.
Exactly. For anything else, so Tri-Brigade, or not Tri-Brigade, but Spright can set up interruptions for Nib. That's where the Dark World No Mores have to come in to help break those boards.
Nice.
But yeah, it's another card that I haven't really gotten a chance to see. This is more useful against decks that do Link summoning too. So the Evil Twin Spright, I usually use this against them, and they can't do anything.
Yes.
2 Cyclone just for the sake of removal. Harpy's Feather Duster would be nice, but some things can get protected. Then we got triple.
Yes.
Anti-Spell Fragrance.
The mainstay of Tri-Brigade. Love that card.
I do want to play Eradicator as I've done in the past, but until I get Triple Tactics Thrust, I'm going to wait on that.
Yeah, it's
when
not
I get
consistent.
Thrust, when I get Thrust, then Eradicator's going back in.
And you distribute the Nib, or not the Nib, the Omen or the Gigantic Spright or something?
Exactly, yeah. And then the last spice is just basically to say any high-level decks, no Manadium, Bestial, Branded Despia.
Kashtira even.
Kashtira kind of hurts their plays.
That's a crazy floodgate, man.
So this locked out some games. I did actually use this to beat against a Branded that did the Dragoons, the Bright Eyes Dragoons.
Also, you baited Dragoon, you activated that, and it was just basically a vanilla monster.
Exactly.
That is so funny.
They just couldn't do anything about it because this is just a complete shutoff for it. So, but that's going first, and sometimes going second, particularly against Branded, because if they go into their Guardian Chimera and then you set this, then they just lose the next turn because they can't beat over you with anything. They can't activate effects. So this is actually pretty good going second too.
Actually, yeah, that's actually insane because if they gimmick puppet lock you, you just set this, activate it, and you're alive.
And then
you get kill them on the crackback.
They can't do anything.
I might play this card.
It's a good card. It's definitely a good card.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for the deck profile, Jake. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Sounds good.